Tonight, it's face-off week on NXT. NXT Tag Team Champion Adrian Neville collides with the Shield's Dean Ambrose for the United States Championship. Emma and Summer Rae take their burgeoning rivalry to a different level when they meet in a dance battle. And the controversial NXT champion Bo Dallas wages war with Leo Kruger on a collision course for the NXT Championship. We'll have all that and a whole lot more tonight on NXT.
Championships defended, and in our main event, the NXT champ Bo Dallas puts his title on the line against the #1 contender, Leo Kruger. But first, we'll see a title defending.
Gentlemen, before we begin, I've just been informed that Tyler Breeze has entered the building.
As I said, we'll see a title defended now in a clash of champions.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the WWE United States Championship. Introducing first, from Newcastle, England, weighing 194 pounds, he is the challenger and one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, Adrian Neville.
Tom Phillips here ringside with WWE superstar Alex Riley for what promises to be a huge night of NXT action. As you all just heard, Tyler Breeze is in the building, but first we're going to start this thing off with a bang, Alex.
We're starting it off with a big one. We have Adrian Neville versus the United States Champion, Dean Ambrose, and the Shield may be lurking.
And his opponent, representing the Shield, from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing 225 pounds, he is the United States Champion, Dean Ambrose.
Well, Alex, it was last week on NXT that Dean Ambrose came out and said it was a crime that Adrian Neville was a champion, said he was a thief, a crook, for even coming out there, and that he took Cacciatono's spot at a shot at the NXT Tag Team Championship.
Well, you know the Shield, they're all about justice, and I can tell you about Neville. He has been up on WWE live events, and I don't know if there's anybody as exciting to watch than him. Everybody was sitting by the monitor while he was out there and scouting the new guy. He had a buzz going about him already, and this should be a tremendous match.
The Shield has said in the past that they run this yard, they run NXT, but Adrian Neville, he is a two-time NXT Tag Team Champion. I'm not quite sure I understand how Dean Ambrose believes he's not worthy of a title.
Well, I think Dean has a right to think that. He is the United States Champion. A lot goes into becoming the United States Champion in the WWE, as I know I had a couple matches for it, I think 3. Wasn't able to attain it, which shows how hard it is. A few people have held that title before. Does Neville deserve it yet? I don't know, but if there's anybody that can take it tonight, it's him.
Well, Dean Ambrose saying last week he would give Neville a shot at him, and Neville countered and said, you know what, let's put your title on the line if you don't think I'm a worthy enough champion.
Yeah, there's a clash of styles, too, in the ring. You have a true high flyer versus a scrappy brawler in Dean Ambrose, as you're going to see right now.
As you mentioned, where one member of the Shield goes, the other two seem to follow. And we're not quite sure if the rest of the Shield are in the building tonight, but Dean Ambrose, nonetheless, in singles action right now, and he's got his hands full early.
Yeah, Tom, I can speak to that, too. When I was with The Miz and he was on a championship run, there is not a place I didn't go without him. I always had his back, and he had mine, and that's how we were so successful. And I see the Shield doing the same thing, except a 3-man tandem, and I gotta believe in the Shield and gotta believe that they're somewhere here.
Neville, one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, won his first title with Oliver Gray, the very first NXT Tag Team Champions. In this one, he's one half of the Tag Team Champions with Corey Graves, who's also not at ringside, so the numbers for once in a matchup with the Shield are even.
Yeah, and I think Corey Graves is an incredible competitor down here at NXT too. I actually had the opportunity to get into a match with him, and he gave me a run for my money, definitely.
Neville looking to go head-to-head here with the scrappy brawler that is Dean Ambrose. I'm going right after him early here, trying to slow him down, and this is that type of offense you talked about, Alex, that high-speed kind of activity.
Yeah, Dean's going to want to slow, just like in a basketball or football game. You have these two contrasting styles. If you have a team that runs the ball, they're going to want to slow it down. If you have an aerial team that throws the ball, they're going to want to speed it up, run the clock, score a lot of points. And you're seeing Neville as the throwing high
body hook
team.
to the leg. This might do it. No, the champ kicks out.
And Ambrose is like that ground and pound Chicago Bears that just wants to slow it down, beat you up, and control the match on the mat.
Still to come tonight, we're going to see a dance battle between Emma and Summer Rae. As I mentioned, Tyler Breeze is in the building. And our main event, the NXT champion Bo Dallas going one-on-one with the #1 contender, Leo Kruger. Ambrose looking to ground the jumping Jordy here, and I had a chance to talk to Adrian Neville, and he said he started wrestling when he was 18 years old. No one gave him a shot. They said he was not the right size. He traveled all the way to California when he was 19 just to prove himself, then to Japan in the dojos, and finally here to NXT. And he tells me he's the only superstar to ever come out of Newcastle. Wow!
Amazing, and that's a tremendous accomplishment on its own. But like it or not, this is a big man business. And if you're going to be here and you're 200 pounds or 210 pounds, even though in normal society that's a big man, here it is not. And you better
for
be
the
able to do
baseball
something.
slide. Oh, a huge clothesline from Ambrose. Can Ambrose retain his title? Find out next.
State champion!
Welcome back to NXT. We are in the midst of a United States Championship matchup. Dean Ambrose going one-on-one with one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, Adrian Neville. Hook to the leg in the cover, and Neville is out.
And I think we should talk about what it would mean, not only to Adrian Neville, but to the NXT brand. If he can have Dean Ambrose on really his own turf down here. You know, this is his home field down here. And if he can bring Dean Ambrose, who is a WWE talent, an established WWE talent, bring him down here and beat him in his own backyard, my God, what it would do for this strong already brand.
The ropes and Ambrose right into the gut there of Neville. We've never seen a superstar here on NXT hold more than one title at the same time, so you're absolutely right. That would be unprecedented. Off the ropes. Oh, drop kick right to the chest of Neville. Looking for the cover, the champ gonna retain right here. No, Neville manages to get the shoulder up. And Neville has been grounded for the time being right here. The high flyer in a really bad situation.
And
here,
that's
Alex.
exactly what Dean has wanted to do the entire night. And he's getting it done. He's accomplishing it in the ring. He's got his back right now bent over his knees. He's got leverage on the bottom of his neck, and he's got his legs trapped. This is an unbelievable hard hold to get out of. Once you are in this thing, it is almost impossible to get out of, and it's cutting the oxygen off from him at the same time.
Neville finds a way. Oh, almost had a pinfall there. Now Ambrose just wailing away on the ribs there. We've seen him go after that time and time again now with Adrian Neville, and you just take the wind out of that high flyer.
Yeah, Dean was always one of those guys, and guys like Dean, that I didn't want to be in the ring with. You know, like Dean is the type of guy that would rather look. There's guys. He's an unorthodox, unpredictable wrestler. He's going to do anything he can to win, and a lot of times it's not going to have to do with technique. He's just going to grind it out of you every second of the match.
Nice suplex there coming from Ambrose, looking for the cover to put away. Neville, no! Neville staying alive in this United States Championship match.
Adrian, what do you say? Come on.
Ambrose has said that with the Shield behind him. He is the greatest singles champion in WWE right now.
Yeah, that's a bold statement to make, but it's hard to argue with. The Shield is, you know, I haven't seen an Impact in a long time from 3 rookies, I guess you can still kind of call them. They're in their first year, that have come onto the WWE scene and taken it over in the way that they have. But the thing about Neville, Thomas, he doesn't quit.
Neville showing some of that resilience here. Ooh, big elbow to the jaw of Ambrose.
If Neville can find his way to the top rope, this match is going to be a completely different match. That's what we got to look for.
Ooh, shoulder first into the steel ring post. And that might be the separation Neville needs to get ahead in this matchup.
And Dean hasn't made many all night, but that was a major mistake. And this is the point where Neville needs to capitalize. If he wants this United States Championship, he can't let opportunities like this slip away.
One half of the NXT Tag Team Champions looking to fly. Crossbody, this might do it. No!
And just like I said, if he could get to the top rope, the complexion of this match would change, and it is starting to change.
Neville's starting to pick up a head of steam here against Ambrose. Ooh! Again, coming in with force against Ambrose. Whoa! And Ambrose,
And here we go.
looking to regroup outside the ring here. Ooh! That Kevlar's not going to help you there. Looking to fly! Whoa. Both men outside the ring, but Neville's got to get him back inside if he wants to win this thing.
Got to get him on the mat to pin him. But that is something you don't see at a lot of WWE superstars, the athletic ability to pull something like that off. And here he goes, back up top.
Neville looking to set up the red arrow. Ambrose. Oh!
my God,
He got it! We might have a new U.S. champion right here. Oh! Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns to the aid of Ambrose. Now, how is this justice? A 3-on-1 assault.
You know, this isn't justice, it's the Shield's way. It's what they've been doing since they got into the WWE, and right or wrong, it doesn't look good, but it's effective, and here comes Corey Graves.
Corey Graves and Xavier Woods to the rescue. The Shield, seeing that the numbers have finally evened out here, gonna regroup, but Woods and Graves came in at the perfect time to save Adrian Neville from what could have been really ugly.
You can say regrouping, you can say taking your time, but are they being cautious, and are they a tiny bit scared? I mean, that's a great showing for not only Neville, Corey Graves, and Woods here tonight on NXT. Those are main WWE talents. They just back down the ramp.
Sly, how you doing? How's your boy?
How you doing?
Good, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Dude, more importantly, how you doing? Because I heard you got a big match against Mason Ryan. Well, let me tell you something. Mason Ryan ain't nothing but a chicharro.
That's right.
That's exactly right, dude. Did you see what we did to him?
Did you see it?
Did you see what we did to him?
Did you?
Bro, Mason Ryan, got one word to describe him. S-A-W-F-T, soft.
Yeah, bro. That dude is soft.
And I'll tell you right now, I ain't got a doubt in my mind. You're gonna crush him. I'm as positive as the brown side of a dirt, so you're gonna crush him. I know you're gonna crush him.
I know. It's a piece of cake. Don't worry, boys, okay?
Yeah, piece of cake. That's what I like to hear.
All what matters is the money.
Yeah, that's right.
money,
That's right.
bro.
You gonna get that money. You gonna get that money. You gonna go out there and get that money.
Dude, it's gonna fall through like coins on a couch.
Oh, yeah, he's done.
That's gonna fall through
Yeah.
like a marble on a wet tissue.
Yeah, that guy is finished. Are we gonna be there to see it?
I wouldn't miss, I would miss my sister's wedding to make sure that I see that. There is no question in my mind that we're gonna be there. And we're gonna have a great seat too.
Yep.
You bet your bottom dollar.
Oh, yeah.
After weeks of being hunted by the South African superstar, NXT champion Bo Dallas finally takes on Leo Kruger. Can the leader of the Bo Leavers retain the title? We'll find out tonight on NXT. But coming up next, an NXT first, as divas Emma and Summer Rae square off in a dance battle. Who has the moves to win over the NXT universe? We'll find out what happens next.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is the first ever NXT Dance Battle, where the winner will receive a shot at the NXT Women's Championship next week. Introducing first, Summer Rae.
Welcome back to NXT, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Phillips here ringside with WWE superstar Alex Riley, and we're about to see something we've never seen before on NXT.
No, I'm pretty excited about this. The first ever NXT not dance off, dance battle. I can't wait for this.
Well, it was 4 weeks ago that we saw Emma and Summer Rae go toe-to-toe in the semifinals of the NXT Women's Championship Tournament. It was back and forth the whole way, but Emma coming up with a huge victory, punching her ticket to the finals to face Paige.
She's stretching.
It's a dance battle.
And her opponent, Emma!
It is the bubbly one, the most Emma-taining diva in NXT, and well, we're gonna take a look here. It was Emma who fell in the finals to Paige, the now NXT Women's Champion. A fantastic matchup, and Emma now looking for another shot at the title.
You know, I don't know what exactly she's doing, but it is infectious and it is entertaining. And I couldn't help, I was starting to do it here at the desk.
Well, your first time here at NXT. This is Emma's favorite dance, and the NXT universe was caught on to it in
How
recent
can she
weeks.
not win this already? That's just great.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the rules are as follows. Each diva will have the opportunity to present her dance moves for all of you, after which she will cede the floor to her opponent. After 4 rounds of back and forth action, our winner will be decided by you, the WWE Universe. Now, earlier tonight, Summer Rae demanded that she go first, so Summer, the floor is yours. Emma, your response? That's a cool move from Emma. Summer. Quite the challenge laid down by Summer Rae. Emma, what do you got?
Is that the chicken dance?
Let's go.
Chicken dance.
Reminds me of Sandy from Greece.
Oh, it's getting heated here, folks. Getting heated. I've just been informed that we are about to see the advanced shopping trolley.
All right.
I mean, how is that not worth the price of admission right there?
Picking out the groceries.
Oh, very creative. Easy, ladies, easy.
Stop the music! Stop the music! Stop the music! You want to make fun of dance? You want to make fun of the art of dance? Play my real music!
I think she's Fandango. Without Fandango. You know what? The next thing I'm going to see him come down here. They're both going to do it together.
It's Fandango.
I'm sorry.
She is a
Fandango.
Juilliard School of Dance graduate.
Well, Summer Rae has just presented the Fandango. So, Emma, what do you got?
Good attempt, Summer, but I think everyone here knows there's some much better music that they'd like to hear. My music, hit it!
I'm going to admit this on national TV. I have a crush on Emma.
This is international television.
International
Yeah.
television.
This is
I have
seen
a
globally.
full-blown crush on Emma at this point.
It's not funny, Emma! It's not funny! This is dance! This is dance! It's not funny!
This could go either way.
All right. Okay. This is the moment of truth. Folks, it's up to you to decide. Is our winner Summer Rae? Or is our winner Emma? Your winner of the dance battle, Emma!
Well deserved.
There you have it. Emma is the #1 contender to the NXT Women's Champion page.
I mean, she's an innovator. The shopping cart pole dance.
Summer Rae from behind. Bitter after her loss and putting down Emma with authority.
I'm in that match! I'm in that match, Emma!
When I was a little kid, on my first day at school, I said, "Hi, my name's Leo Krug," and all the little kids, they laughed. Bobo Dallas, when I take your NXT championship from you, all the little kids are gonna laugh at you. They're laughing at you, Bo. They're laughing at you. They're laughing at you. Ta-ta!
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from London, England, weighing 231 pounds, Danny Burch. And his opponent, making his summer residence in
to NXT, ladies and gentlemen, and we just saw that dance battle turn very ugly at the end, but a dance battle is followed now by a male model. That makes sense.
I don't really know what to say except this guy better be able to throw some fists, or he's going to have a long ride here at NXT.
Tyler Breeze, we saw his debut in recent weeks and was rather impressive against Angelo Dawkins, and well, he tells me he owns his own fashion line, and he says this little number he's wearing is his Celestia line.
Well, it's a good-looking piece of clothing, and he's a he's a good-looking guy, I guess. We'll see. He looks like a tremendous athlete. Danny Burch is also no one to look past, so this should be interesting.
As William Regal would say, not to be trifled with.
Not to be trifled with.
Here's a guy who grew up in London, a West Ham soccer thug, and meanwhile, you've got Tyler Breeze here lounging in the corner.
Birch told me before, he said, a pint and a fight is a good British night.
Tyler Breeze taking a moment to put his phone down. Nope. And he's right back to it. Breeze, of course, a world-renowned male model. Told me earlier today that he got a chemical peel, so he's feeling great. Breeze, ooh! Huge shot there with the Enziguri. And again, back into the corner to take more pictures of himself. Breeze, ooh! That big spinning heel kick we've seen before. And that'll do it.
Here is your winner, Tyler Breeze.
Well, he's a trendsetter, and I think Breeze just reset Danny's jaw.
Well, yeah, that was quick. I mean, he really he could throw some fists. You know, he looked great out there. Spinning heel kick to finish the match, and now he's videotaping himself, or I don't know, taking a selfie. Either way, great performance.
Oh, look at this. Talk about insult to injury. Well, Tyler Breeze undefeated so far on NXT. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, our second title of the night is about to be defended. Our main event, Bo Dallas versus Leo Kruger for the NXT Championship. But first, let's throw things backstage to our broadcast colleague, Renee Young.
Please welcome my guest at this time, the NXT champion, Bo Dallas.
Hi, Renee.
Hi, Bo. So first of all, congratulations. You survived your first title defense against Antonio.
Renee. Sweet, young, innocent Renee. I didn't survive against Antonio Cesaro. Did I not pin him in the middle of the ring?
Yes, I guess you did, but I mean, Antonio Cesaro.
Well, that's all that matters. Look, Antonio is a good kid, and he has a really bright future.
Okay. Well, tonight you actually have a title defense against Leo Kruger, and he's just had a target on your back, and he did pin you last week in that tag match.
Yes, Renee, I have to be honest. He did pin me. But that's kind of on Sami Zayn. I really like the kid, but Sami's very inexperienced, and he's never been in there with a champion, so I understand that he was nervous. But he's got to know that he has my back at all times. I'm a former tag team champion, and this kind of stuff I know.
I mean, technically you were filling in because of injury, though, right?
I don't remember. That was a long time ago. But as far as Leo Kruger goes, I know he's strange and he's dangerous and a very vicious man. But Renee, I got this.
Earlier tonight, Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy said they'll have a front row seat as Scott Dawson, managed by Sylvester LaForte, takes on the powerful Mason Ryan. That match is next week. And tensions have reached a boiling point as NXT Tag Champions Adrian Neville and Corey Graves team with Xavier Woods to take on The Shield. The six-man tag team match comes your way next week on NXT.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to NXT. And as we saw earlier in the night, Alex, the dance battle between Emma and Summer Rae turned quite ugly. It was after that dance battle, which Emma, decided by the NXT Universe, won that fight. It was Summer Rae who came after her and attacked her after the match. And it has been decided by the NXT doctors that she is not medically cleared to compete. And we have learned that Summer Rae has challenged Paige for her NXT Women's Championship. And that match will happen next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed that Tyler Breeze has left the building. The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the NXT Championship.
Well, Leo Kruger won a triple threat match between himself, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn 3 weeks ago to earn this spot to go up against Bo Dallas toe-to-toe for the NXT Championship.
When I look at a guy approaching the ring that I'm about to be in a match with, it's all in the eyes. I'm checking his eyes, and Leo Kruger's eyes tonight look determined and ready to rip this title off Bo Dallas's waist.
Leo Kruger's been on a tremendously aggressive streak as of late, a tremendous mean streak, and it's just a side of him we haven't seen in quite some time. And going up against Bo Dallas, it's uncertain what Leo Kruger you're going to get.
Introducing from Brooksville, Florida, weighing 230 pounds, the NXT champion, Bo Dallas.
Well, Bo Dallas defeated Big E Langston to win his title back in June. He is just the third ever NXT champion. He calls his fan Bo-Leavers, and they're going to have to believe in him quite a bit tonight if he hopes to knock off Leo Kruger.
Yeah, I've seen Bo Dallas perform a lot of times, and the thing that I notice about him, the thing that I love about him is the energy he always brings to a match, brings to the ring, brings to the building. He gets people excited about what he's doing, and that can be a huge advantage in a match.
And we saw these two compete a little bit last week during a tag team matchup, the main event, which Kruger and Cesaro got the win over Sami Zayn and Bo Dallas. And it was a little bit unclear. It seemed like Bo Dallas and Sami Zayn just couldn't quite get on the same page, and Kruger and Cesaro just went after him, and now Kruger gets his shot finally at Bo Dallas.
Yeah, you see that title being raised, the big N and NXT title, and it changes things. It changes a match. You know, a lot of people come out and they compete and there's nothing on the line, and then competitors change. Some people get nervous. Some people perform better under pressure. So you might see sides of these competitors that you don't usually see.
And the official has begun his count here as Kruger taking a moment to game plan, I guess, here outside the ring for this NXT Championship match.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I think this is a really important night in Leo Kruger's career, and if he needs some time outside the ring, Bo Dallas is fantastic. He wouldn't be if he wasn't the NXT champion, so strategy is definitely in place.
And it was Leo Kruger immediately after winning that triple threat matchup. He attacked Bo Dallas right after Bo got finished with a match of his own. I mean, he made his intentions clear from the get-go.
Yeah, and you know, how can you fault him? When you're that close to something that you've been trying to get your hands on for years, you know, you got to do whatever you can to get it.
Ooh. Nice drop kick from Bo Dallas, follows it up with another one. Whoa, oh, nice crossbody there. Looking to put away the challenger early, and not even a one count there on Kruger.
Yeah, both of these guys match really well.
Looking to bridge into a cover, and Kruger kicks out.
In size and speed, this is going to be about who doesn't make a mistake or who makes the mistake first and the other man can capitalize.
This is a different type of Bo Dallas. We haven't seen this type of variety in his offense. We haven't seen him utilize submission maneuvers quite like this in some time.
Yeah, well, like I said before, when the big X is up in the air and the N and the T are beside it and the title's not around your waist, it's up for grabs, you're going to see a different side to competitors. They're going to do a lot of different things. I'm sure he scouted Leo for the last couple weeks, knowing that he's coming, and maybe he can beat him with a submission. He thinks he can.
Kruger trying to break free of the control here from Bo. Ooh. Kruger gets a moment. Oh! Tumbling all the way outside the ring.
I love that move by Kruger, sacrificing his body to gain an advantage. You see, that move can be done where you just clothesline the other man out of the ring, but for him to sacrifice his own body.
Ooh. Baseball slide into the chest of Bo Dallas. Will we see a new NXT champion tonight? Find out as NXT rolls on. Welcome back to NXT. You are looking into our main event, the NXT champion, Bo Dallas, with his title on the line right now against Leo Kruger.
Bo Dallas, very athletic, very intense, as you saw the energy when he came out.
Ooh. A vicious toss into the turnbuckle there.
An amazing Irish whip by Leo Kruger, maybe the difference maker in this match right now.
And of course, the champion's advantage going to Bo Dallas here. Has to be a pinfall. Here's the cover hook to the leg, and Bo is out. Has to be a pinfall or submission. Leo Kruger cannot win the title via disqualification or countout. Kruger snap suplex right there. Looking for the cover again on Dallas, and Dallas kicks out.
You know, you got a technical, great athlete with a lot of energy in Bo Dallas. Ooh. And then you have a grimy, gritty, hairy, bad-teethed, crazy lunatic in Leo Kruger. So it's almost a fair fight. I mean, this guy's wild. He's going to do anything he can to win this match. As you can see him pulling on his hair. And this thing could go either way.
The hunter from South Africa. Ooh. Trying to wear down Dallas a little bit, going after the ribs, submission hold after submission hold.
I saw Leo in the locker room prior to this match, over in the corner by himself going, Kruger, ta, 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 Kruger, ta, ta, ta.
He's unorthodox.
And I don't know what it meant, but he was definitely getting his game face on for tonight.
Dallas up on the top rope. Ooh. It's a bad spot right now. Leo Kruger in complete control. Kruger could be looking to go high risk here with Dallas. Bo looking to block the superplex there. Big shots to the ribs, and oh!
There's a headbutt. That's his style.
And still, Kruger cannot get Bo off the top turnbuckle.
You know, that was such a well-placed headbutt by Kruger. Gets him right on the bridge of the nose, which causes your eyes to water up. You get confused. I mean, I don't think people really realize how much damage you can do with the crown of your head.
Dallas looking to defend his NXT championship here. Has been put in two bad positions there by Kruger, and finally battles his way out. And that's the resolve of a champion, Alan.
Yeah, and you know, he's fighting tooth and nail right now. That he should be able to try to get over and get a cover on the man. You know, this is an NXT title match cover, but he's just taken such a beating by Kruger. He's literally Balboaing himself up the ropes like Rocky, trying to pull himself up.
Both men down. The referee has begun his count. Anybody's game right now with the title on the line. One fall or a submission will do it.
And I think we should talk about what the NXT title does for an NXT talent. I mean, everybody that has held that title has gone on to be a tremendous WWE superstar.
Dallas, oh! Dallas
that means more money.
Starting to build up steam. Quickening the pace here against Kruger. Oh, a big clothesline. This is why he's the NXT champion. Off the corner, oh, the big bulldog. This might do it, the champ, hook to the leg, and no, Kruger kicked out.
You know, Kruger had the momentum early in this match and he lost it. The resiliency of Bo Dallas, the NXT champion, and then right there, the grit and the grind we were talking about earlier of kicking out of that entire onslaught by Bo Dallas.
Ooh. And a shot to the throat there from Kruger. Oh! That one might do it for Dallas. Hook to the leg again, and still Kruger fighting back.
You know, these are so great to watch unfold because it's literally a flip of a coin. The coin is in mid-air right now, and you don't know where it's going to land. It's 50-50, and we're watching a great battle right now for this title.
And Bo, it seems like, looking at his face, in desperation mode right now, frustrated that he can't seem to put away Kruger.
Well, he's tired. You know, they're both tired. You're not the man you are when you finish a match that you are when you start it. You know, I've always said that. When you start out and it's the first minutes of the match, you're a certain type of performer. 20 minutes in, man, it changes you, and you got to be tough to hang in there. That's what makes champions.
Dallas regrouping, trying to collect his thoughts. What can he possibly throw here at Kruger? And now just wailing away on the challenger.
This is going to sound cliche, but the most important thing right now in this match is 2 fists and a good heartbeat. You know, that's what it's going to come down to. The man that has a bigger heart, the man who wants it more.
And Dallas continuing to just bludgeon Leo Kruger. Kruger's found some life. A huge spine buster. Rattling the champion.
And I was going to say, I love the intensity of Bo Dallas, but just as it was going to come out of my mouth, it was equally matched by Leo Kruger. There it is, Kruger, Kruger, just what he was doing in the locker room.
Looking to line up the champ. Another huge clothesline. We might have a new champ right here. Dallas escaped.
Resolved.
Wow, what resiliency by Bo Dallas. And now Leo Kruger, the other side of the coin. What does he have to do to put away Bo Dallas?
You know, JBL says this all the time. These two smell like smoke because they've been through the fire, and you can't describe this match and these two competitors any more way. What does he have to do? At this point, just fight his brains out.
Kruger locking up the GC3 here. Dallas stranded in the middle of the ring. He's got to get to the bottom rope if he wants to break this hold. Will the champion tap out? Will we have the 4th ever NXT champion here tonight? Dallas trying to summon some strength. That brutal GC3 coming from Leo Kruger, and again, sitting down there on Dallas.
You know, I don't have a favorite in this, but I don't want him to tap because I don't want this match to end.
Dallas just trying to mount some sort of power in his body just to get to that rope. Reaching, he finally got there. But the damage has been done. You can see that shoulder, that elbow.
Yeah, and I have been in locks like that, and you can't describe to anybody the pain that will, you know, put on your joints, and for him to be able to get to the ropes.
Can Bo Dallas retain the title here with one arm as Kruger's onslaught continues? Kruger, we've seen him do this earlier in the match, was looking to set up a superplex. He is willing to do whatever it takes. He doesn't care about what damage he'll do to himself or others. He just wants that NXT title.
Yeah, and I don't see Kruger going up top a lot.
Top rope. Oh, he got the knees up. Dallas got his knees up.
But again, like I said in the beginning, you're going to see two different competitors because the big X is up in the air.
Dallas has Kruger all tied up. Oh! That elbow twisting and bending. Will Kruger hang on? The champion locking up the challenger.
He's ripping and tearing at that elbow joint.
Oh, he tapped! Kruger tapped!
Here is your winner, and still NXT champion, Bo Dallas.
Bo successful in his second title defense. And Leo Kruger put everything on the line in this matchup, but Bo Dallas just too much.
All right, 3 key words: intensity, toughness, and resilience. That is why the Big X is back up in the air in possession of Bo Dallas.
You got to give a hand to what Leo Kruger was willing to do in this matchup. We saw him go high risk. He wanted the superplex. He even went for the splash there in the middle of the ring, something we never see from Leo Kruger. But nonetheless, it was a rare submission hold from Bo Dallas that got the job done.
Yeah, I said you're going to see 2 different guys that you did. You saw Leo go up top. You saw Bo actually from the start, if we watch, try to apply those submissions. I must have been watching Kruger and seen a weakness. And it was not, it was all those things that I talked about, but it was also his study of the game that helped him win tonight.
Your NXT champion, Bo Dallas, his reign continues here on NXT.